Praise the Lord. My name is Supriya Gill. Um, okay, I need to talk about this topic that tears are precious to God. So, first, um, I need to talk in English and I will talk in Hindi later on. Um, okay, so tears are precious to God. Many times it happens when you cry and people near you either they want to make you stop crying, so they want to talk certain things so that either they will keep throwing some suggestions or they will keep throwing their own thoughts. uh, they will try to console you. um, but this is always important to pour your heart when a person is crying. That's a language through which only God can, you can say, control you, or that's a language which attracts God. It's written that God is near to a broken-hearted person, a repentant heart, and a broken heart. So actually, okay, there are, like, you can say, three kinds of categories. One, people who will either rebuke you when you cry because they have their heart is hard towards you and they have no sense towards your situation, and they don't want to create any kind of problem for their own self, so they want you to stop crying so that your crying doesn't, you know, make any um, signal for uh, f- like signal in which they can fall into some problem. So this is the first category, that they will prefer to rebuke a person who is crying. Now the second category, a person who will try to just console you, and uh, they will try to console you, but they don't have that understanding to to understand what is happening inside of you. So they will talk in surface. They will try to make you stop crying. Okay, and they may also try to suggest certain things to you. Okay, now the third category is when somebody will give you an arm so that you can pour you can pour out your burden towards them, and you can cry. There are very chosen categories, and these chosen categories are only from God, who will allow you to cry on the shoulder. They will allow you to cry on their arm. So So that category comes from God when somebody allows you to pour out. Your tears are precious to God because sometimes you cannot say things out. But you see, when we go for a test, we go to a doctor, and doctor tells us to get our blood test done sometimes. So when the report comes, the doctor can understand what all deficiencies we have, or they can tell us what is the problem. So just like that, God tests our tears. And every tear has a word, every tear has a language. This is important. Every tear has a word. And you know how dangerous a word is. When God said, "Let there be light," it happened. In the coming time, I really wish to let you know about how dangerous our tears are. And it's a good news. So, in our daily life, it's good to understand what is happening in our life, what is happening inside of us. God has designed us in a very complicated way, complicated in a positive sense, because he works in details. So our details are in emotions as well. Our details are in tears as well. When we control ourselves and still the tears go keep flowing. So that's a way how God has designed us. So one should always take care of the emotions that you have. Don't just fiddle with your emotions. uh, be true. Many times people will just become emotional, they fiddle with their emotions. The dramas that you watch, the TV serials that you watch, they actually interfere in the work of God, because our emotions are designed for a particular moment. That's why everybody is behaving like actors these days. You're not true anymore. We are not true anymore, because we are getting ourselves involved into covering ourselves up. So emotions should not be fiddled, and our tears are a language through which God understands what is going on. And when our tears are shed for in the, you can say, our desires are sometimes um, very genuine. Sometimes our desires are, you can say, very much close to God's heart. So I'm not talking about the genuine desires. Like in the genuine desires, you can say, when you suffer on earth and you cry out, God does listen to that. But yes, when our desires are near to God's desires, that's the time when God can use your tears. So in the coming time, I really want to share this. May God help me share this very, very soon. The tears that flow when our desires are very close to God, and how those tears are dangerous. Those tears are actually dangerous. So, thank you so much. God bless you. Um, Please take care. Um, just take care of yourself. When you cry, if the first category is near you, let yourself be alone. When the second category is near you, make them understand that you were okay, because you need the third category. If you don't have the third category in physical way, if there is no person who can really sit near you and you can just cry out, so look for a place where there is no one, and you can pour your heart towards God, because I know that how the way God will will take care of you in that moment is, listen, he will give you a promise to hold on to. I want to talk about Hagar. This lady was an Egyptian lady. Um, and Sarah was so right to drive her out of her house, because she was an obstacle for her family. I'm talking about Abraham and Sarah. And Hagar was the mother of Ishmael. So when Hagar was crying in the desert, when they had no water left to drink, and they were in a journey, and Ishmael um, somewhere was almost near to death, and that time when she was crying, God came to her and he gave her a promise that he will um he will let Ishmael grow, like he will also have a lot of descendants. God came to him with a promise. You can read in Genesis, it's written about Abraham. So, um, this is it. When you go to God, when you pour your tears to God, God will come to you with a promise to hold on to. That's how He takes care of you. Okay, so I believe this is helpful for you. So I'm coming up with the same video in Hindi in the next video. Thank you so much. God bless you.